Can y'all hear me? I hope that you can hear me. That is the big hope here. Anyway. That was like the most shittiest burp you probably ever heard, but fuck it. Ladies and gentlemen, dorks, and all you sick, twisted, low-life mother flowers out there. This is another live installment of Around the Point here on YouTube.com. It is October the 11th, 2020. Halloween is a couple of days from now. And more importantly, the biggest decision that you all are going to have to face on November 3rd when you vote. Yes, go out there, guy. Hit the voting polls. Vote. Or if not, send your mail ballot, what have you. It is what it is. But it's important that you guys vote. Listen, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. If you want to vote for Donald Trump, go on ahead. If you want to vote for Joe Biden, go ahead. It's funny because a couple of days ago, or last week I think it was, I posted a video on Twitter where I did a Donald Trump impersonation. And it got a good feedback. There's some people that said needs some work, and I will agree. Yes, I'm not perfect at doing a Donald Trump impersonation, but for my first time doing it, it wasn't bad at all. It's crazy. I can do a Vince Russo impersonation and a President Donald Trump impersonation. It's so crazy. It's so wrong. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you, that sleepy Joe Biden. And vote for sleepy Joe Biden is a vote. Is a vote for China. A win for Joe Biden is a win for China. A win for the radical left. A win for the mob. It's so wrong. It's so wrong, I tell you. And if you notice, right, if you ever watch him on the podium when he speaks, right, at the protest, it's not a rally, it's a protest, right? You see him, it's like he's hulking up, almost like he's flexing almost on the podium. I don't know if you caught that or not, but just putting that out there. But yes, it does need some work. But again, the point of the matter is, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. You can vote for, what up, Chet? How everybody doing today? I don't give a fuck if you vote for Donald Trump. I don't care if you vote for Joe Biden. Vote for who you think will get the job done at the end of the day. Fun little fact. I have friends that are voting for Donald Trump. At the same time, I have friends that are voting for Joe Biden at the end of the day. Does that mean that I'm going to end friendships of 10 or many years because of a political point of view? No. Matter of fact, my friends that are voting for Trump and my friends that are voting for Biden are friends as well. Again, this notion that I've seen on social media ever since the whole election, hell, even since Trump got put in office, oh, if you're a Trump supporter, I can't be your friend. I hate that notion. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I hope all of you, no cap, I really hope all of you, once the election is over, all of you fuckers out there that ended your friendships for how many years, I hope honestly you realize that you all made a mistake all because of fucking politics. That's just me. But anyway, that's as much politics I'll talk about. Yes, I did watch the debate from almost the presidential one and then the vice presidential one from last week. And I'll say this, seeing Mike Pence talk, I'm asking this question. Can we just swipe Mike Pence? Can we just swipe Donald Trump for Mike Pence? I mean, again, listen, the other day, can we just do that? Just saying. All right. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Again, vote for what we want to vote for and all that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, my week has been up there, a little mix of everything. This past week alone, I went back to the gym. Yes, the gyms have reopened here in Jersey now for over a month now. And I now decided to go back to the gym these past couple of weeks. Even during the summer, I've been running at the park. That's what I've been doing. And it's getting cold now a little bit, so I decided, you know what, fuck all this shit. I did say a while ago that I was not going to go back to the gym until there's a vaccine and all that stuff, but hey, I'm a hypocrite. It is what it is. I went back to the gym a couple of days ago. For what it's worth, it's okay. Other than putting on a mask and working out with a mask on, there's things you got to overcome. I'll say this, try to run on a treadmill with a mask on. That's a challenge. It's a fucking challenge. But nonetheless, hey, we're back at the gym. We're trying to get this going, and there you go. Trying to get back at, world championship weight. Steve Miocic, I am coming. If you will, I'm coming for you. Just kidding. But there's that. Tory Lanez dropped an album a couple of weeks ago, Daystar, which I think is fire for what it's worth. Yes, there's some songs that I'll say that it's there, if you will, depending where you stand in this whole Tory Lanez situation right now, right, with him and Megan. Apparently, if found guilty, he will probably do 22 years in prison. That's the maximum, which I hope doesn't happen. I just love the narrative, though, of Hot 97 here in the New York, New Jersey area, how they're just anti-Tory everything, right? But it is what it is, okay? I mean, I'll say this, too. Every woman, right, that wants to cancel Tory Lanez all of a sudden, I ask this question, where is that energy for Chris Brown? I'll fucking wait. Anyway, I don't have to get that out there. But I hope all of you, again, are having an awesome week. I hope all of you are enjoying yourself. You're staying safe and all that stuff. And yeah, I really hope so. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. And share it through social media. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Instagram as well over at HeelSteven. You can listen to Around the Point on all major podcasting platforms, wherever it is that you listen to a podcast. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and as well, one of the sponsors out there, Anchor.fm. So again, if you have these platforms, you can listen to Around the Point on the go. Many ways you can show support to the podcast. Now, if you're on Apple Podcasts, please, I encourage you guys, give us the 5-star rating. Leave a review. It does help out the show as well in the fucking long run. God damn it. It does help out in the long run. Anyway, there's a reason why I'm doing this show early. Usually on a Sunday, I'll do them at night. Even though I did say last week that, hey, I'm back live. Even though the review for, what was it? What pay-per-view was it last Sunday? God damn it. It feels like it's been already forever almost. Was it Night of Clash of Champions? Yeah, it was Clash of Champions, right, last week? Damn, it feels like it was yesterday almost. But anyway, I did say that I was doing the show live again, so here we are. The reason why I'm doing it now this early, because later on today, I will be watching Bloodsport. Yes, GCW, a Game Changer Wrestling. They're having their collective, right, this whole weekend. I did watch the Joey Janela Spring Break show. Spring Break Forever, if you will. Yesterday, and today I'm watching Bloodsport, which is hosted by Josh Barnett. I look forward to watching that. So there's that. So that's why I'm doing the show now. Get this out of the way. And then I'll be watching Bloodsport. I'll be tweeting throughout Bloodsport. So if you're watching Bloodsport later tonight, you can hit me up on Twitter. I'll be tweeting all that fun stuff. All right. There's a lot to get into, okay? In the world of WWE, in the world of all elite wrestling, hell, someone's probably going to jail for life in prison. I guarantee you that individual will trade places with Tory Lanez right now. I'm just saying, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What's up, Little Fettuccine? What's up, Big Mike? And all of you as well in the chat. If you have questions for me too, feel free to drop them in. I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. So let's get this started. Let's get this show started. Let's talk about some topics, if you will, and all that stuff. So let's talk about the draft. Holy shit. The WWE draft that started off on Friday night on SmackDown, live from the Thunderdome. You had Stephanie McMahon being, I guess, the host of this whole draft. And one thing I'll say about the draft, right? I did not like it. Not one bit. And here's the thing. I get it. Every year you got to do a draft. I get it. It's their take on all the other leagues doing drafts, right? The NFL draft, the NBA draft. I get it. Hey, we're in a pandemic, so it's not the same as it probably used to be back in the day. But I did not like this draft at all. Just the laziness and effort. Like when I think of a draft, right? All the possibilities of, especially over the years, the possibility of someone from Monday Night Raw going to SmackDown, or the possibility of someone from SmackDown going over to Monday Night Raw. That to me is a draft. And I get it, yes, you do it 2 nights and for 2 nights to pop a rating. And I just feel like some of these were predictable as shit. Some of these choices were lazy as fuck. Don't get me wrong, you got some surprises, which we'll get into as well. Okay? And all that fun stuff and more. All right? I tell you guys what, in the chat as well, who do you guys think will be drafted over on Monday? Because tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, there will be another draft, night 2 of the draft. Who do you see going where and all that fun stuff as well? Okay? So, here we go. Who's winning tonight? Lakers versus Heat? Well, hopefully it's Heat and hopefully the Lakers in 6. I hope for everyone's sake, right? Do it for Kobe. So let's get into the draft, right? So yeah, it started on Monday. Round 1. Monday Night Raw. Drafted Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion, who was already on Monday Night Raw. So to me, that was like not really a shocker. Okay, yes, you're going to draft your WWE champion. SmackDown's pick in round 1 was the Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, my Tribal Chief, your Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Speaking of Drew McIntyre, I'm going to say this real quick. I did watch the 24th special on the network for Drew McIntyre, the Chosen One, which I will say right now, go give it a watch. Go give it a fucking watch. I said this before, you know, to me, the best 24 special on the network is Edge's. To me, Edge's special is the best one out of all the 24s. I think a runner-up and a close runner-up, in my opinion, is Drew McIntyre's. It talks about his early days, wanting to be a wrestler, training at a young age, being passionate about this, learning all the terms and all that stuff, the locker room talk at a very young age, being brought for a try and all that stuff. Again, it really is worth the watch. I really, really mean that. So go out of your way and give it a watch. I'm not going to go into spoiler mode here and all any of that shit. So back to round 1, okay? Raw, for their second pick, chose Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion. You see, here's the thing about it. Like, yo, you're already on the brand. Why the fuck are we picking these people already? I'll say this. To me, can we just unify every single title already? Can we just do that? Seriously, I feel like at this point in juncture, each brand having its own champion and those champions being drafted is just pointless as all hell, in my humble opinion. Okay? But this is where the surprise happened. SmackDown, for their second pick in round 1, chose Seth Rollins, the former Monday Night Messiah. And I thought, okay, I'm fine with this because, okay, at least with this, Seth Rollins will be done with this whole Mysterio soap opera / Rosa de Guadalupe storyline that they put him in, right? And especially what happened on Raw this past Monday with him and Buddy Murphy going at it, right? Murphy finally, you know, woke up, if you will, and they brawled, what have you. I thought, this is it. It's over with. It's done. So we thought. So we fucking thought. And I'll get to that also momentarily. But you know what? At the end of the day, though, Rollins going to SmackDown, I'm fine with that. Because, let's be real about it, Rollins, for as long as we know, yes, he's had matches on SmackDown in the past. During his time as the Shield, time as when he was a heel, when he joined the Authority back in the day. But as far as brand versus brand goes, he's always been the Raw guy, right? So him going to SmackDown is different, is unique, and I'm for that. I really, really am. So then Raw's final pick in round 1, the entire Hurt Business. That's right, the entire Hurt Business. So they literally got 4 people in one pick. They got the U.S. champ Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, and MVP. So you think about it, in round 1, Raw took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people, while SmackDown only took 2 people. What kind of draft is this? What kind of fucking draft is this? And I'm expecting, you know, maybe some NXT call-ups here too. None? Not at all. Not one NXT call-up on the draft. What kind of a letdown is that? I seriously want to know. What kind of letdown is that? Undisputed Era goes to SmackDown. I don't know about that. I don't know. Where's Halloween candy? Black licorice. Believe it or not, I was a kid. People threw that shit in my bag. I'm like, ugh. I didn't know what it was. Especially the jelly bean ones. Ugh, terrible. Fucking terrible. So where was I? We go on to round 2. Monday Night Raw drafts AJ Styles. So AJ goes back to Monday Night Raw, no longer being around Paul Heyman. And that's fine. You think about it, right? AJ was on Raw. He went to SmackDown a couple of months ago, won the Intercontinental title, right? The last thing we saw him do at Clash of Champions was that triple threat ladder match, right? Anything major, that is, right? Against Jeff Hardy and Sami Zayn. And now he's going back to Monday Night Raw. So let's see where all this leads. And that's fine. It is what it is. SmackDown drafts Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, which she was already on the brand. It makes no sense. Again, this is the shit that I hate. If someone's already on the brand, oh, SmackDown picks, but they're already on the fucking brand. This is not breaking fucking news. I hate that shit. I really, really do. Raw gets Naomi. It's funny because MVP later on tweeted in the night, possibility of Naomi becoming the first female member of the Hurt Business. Could we see it? I don't fucking know. SmackDown got Bianca Belair, which I thought, again, the idea of Sasha and Bianca in the same brand, sign me up. Does that have to be now? Could be down the road. Down the fucking road, sign me up on that. And again, you know, you watch what Bianca doing on Raw right now. They're doing these vignettes where she's, I guess, stronger than a guy. She's faster than people, right? And now I guess she's smart. She's intelligent. So we'll see where all this leads up to. But her going to SmackDown, I'm fine with. And then Raw picks the current tag team champion, the women's tag team champions of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So they don't go anywhere. Even when they drop the titles, they don't go anywhere. Keep this in mind. They're the only two that can go on all 3 brands. That's being Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Because yes, those women tag titles can go on all 3 brands. So it seems. And then we go into round 3. Round 3, we get Monday Night Raw gets Ricochet. Oh, by the way, so Raw, okay, round 3, Raw gets Ricochet. Ricochet was already on Monday Night Raw. It's stupid as all hell, but it is what it is. Oh, he's now on Monday Night Raw when he was already there. SmackDown gets Jey Uso, which, again, he was already on SmackDown. This apparently also Hell in a Cell. Jey Uso is challenging Roman Reigns once again for the Universal title inside of the Hell in a Cell. But the only way the match can end if the opponent says, I quit. So it's an I quit match inside of the Hell in a Cell. I look forward to seeing that. Sign me up. Monday Night Raw gets Mandy Rose. Well, yeah, no shit. We've been knowing this already. SmackDown gets Dominic and Rey Mysterio. So like I mentioned before, you thought that the Rollins going to SmackDown was, all right, at least we're done with this Mysterio storyline. Wrong. It's still going to keep on happening, which is the sad part about it. Which is the fucking... And then it gets even crazy. Then it gets worse, if you will. But I'll mention that later on. And then Monday Night Raw gets The Miz and John Morrison. The same Miz and John Morrison who are trying to sue fucking Otis for his Money in the Bank briefcase. Keep that in mind too. So that's round 3. Then we get to the final round. And this is where things took a fucking giant twist, right? Let's start from the bottom. Raw drafts Angel Garza. Again, he was already on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown gets Mr. Money in the Bank, the forgotten Money in the Bank holder, Otis. Raw gets Dana Brooke. Mind you, Dana Brooke was already on Raw. So no fucking shit. I'm not fucking surprised here. Well, again, they were on Raw weeks ago. But now all of a sudden, oh, they're part of Monday Night Raw. How stupid that is. Someone, seriously, how stupid that fucking is. It's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid as hell. Or was I here? And then on SmackDown, the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi made their return. They returned and they beat Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. On the same night, Big E defeated Sheamus in a no holds bar falls count anywhere match, which was a good match, by the way. I'll say that was probably one of the best matches of the night, and Big E won. There was blood and all that stuff. Again, good for Big E. All right, and the New Day of, again, Kofi and Xavier, who won the SmackDown tag title, get drafted to Monday Night Raw, and you're like, say Big E's name. You didn't say his name. And then Stephanie reveals that no, Big E was drafted to SmackDown. Now, people are all of a sudden saying, oh, how dare they break up the New Day? This is terrible. This is bad. How dare they do it? You kind of get the idea. All the dorks on the internet, all the virgin boys screaming and crying, moaning, complaining, whining like Jamaican asses, if you will. And I'm like, why are we complaining about this? Do you not see the bigger picture right now? Because, again, it's a dumb decision because, first of all, okay, early on in the night, you draft the entire Hurt Business to Raw. But you can't draft all three members of the New Day to Monday Night Raw. However, this is where I think, again, Big E staying on SmackDown is a good decision, and in the long run. You guys, again, want to see Big E on the big level, right? On the singles run, right? Continue that momentum, right? Eventually challenge for the Universal title, right? Or Intercontinental Championship, or have, again, like I mentioned before, a serious singles run, right? You want to see that in Big E. It's not going to happen if he's still joining or being associated in some way with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, where they're throwing pancakes around and all that stuff. It's not going to happen. So I think in the long run, this is a very good move for Big E. I am enjoying, like I mentioned before, how they are pushing Big E right now. It's not this, put the rocket ship and let's see how far you go. No, it's a slow build. It's being marinated right now. They're making you wait for it. It's gonna fucking happen. And when it does happen, you're not gonna go out of your fucking minds about it. So what I say right now, again, you continue the momentum, right? This Friday on SmackDown is the farewell of the New Day. Now, WWE can be dumb as fuck and have Big E turn heel right here and there. They could easily do that. It'll be the most dumbest shit they can do. I do think, again, there's money in Big E right now. Could he win the Royal Rumble right now, coming up in 2021? Likely. And face Roman Reigns? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. But that's the possibility. And that was the first night of the draft. Which was, again, I hated the way they did it. Like, I miss the old days where, okay, if you're like the general manager of Raw, you choose someone from SmackDown to come to your brand, or the notion, hey, if you're a Raw general manager, you choose someone from SmackDown to come to your brand. I miss that. I miss that. Or hell, the brand from 06, where each week a different person showed up to the brand. I miss that. But it is what it is. You can't live in the past. Sadly, you can't. Sadly, you fucking can't. I'm reading some comments here right now. Worst Halloween candy? Big Mike says candy corn, best Halloween candy. I'm gonna say Snickers. I can see Sasha joining the Hurt Business. Get MVP out of here with his old ass. Nah, bro. MVP is like the MVP. No pun intended. The MVP of that whole brand right now. Are you gonna get a new commentator? Are we gonna get a new commentary team for each show? Can we please finally get rid of Cole? I don't know about that. They never really mentioned that. I want to assume yes. I want to assume that we might, but that was night one of the draft. Now, it turns out that on Talking Smack, right, they did also have more picks, if you will, into the draft. All right, y'all can hear me. That was good. Y'all can hear me. Fucking awesome. We lit, if you will. So there was more picks happening. And this is what they're saying now. This is what they're saying. That from Talking Smack, right? This was said that Monday Night Raw gets Humberto Carrillo again. Oh my God, people are just dying to see Humberto Carrillo. They're just dying to see him. Oh my God, if we don't see Humberto, holy shit, we're going to lose our crap. We're going to lose our fucking minds. No, send him back to NXT. He will benefit more in NXT in that cruiserweight division, in my humble opinion. That's just me. Okay? But again, he's already a Raw guy. This is not breaking news. This is not something crazy. Hello? Anybody home, McFly? Just saying. SmackDown gets Murphy. So, Seth Rollins leaves Monday Night Raw. It's bad enough that the Mysterios are following him to SmackDown, right? From Monday Night Raw. But now all of a sudden, Murphy as well. The same Murphy who attacked Seth Rollins on Monday, who then got attacked by Rollins. Now, it is obvious, it is well known that in a couple of months, Becky Lynch gives birth to their baby. And I'm pretty sure Seth will take time off, and if anything, he will probably put over Murphy on the way out, which I do see happening. And I will have no problem with that. But am I dying to see a Dominic Mysterio versus Rollins program again? No, I'm not. I am good. You've already established that Dominic cannot beat Seth Rollins. Not right now. Not this. Again, I want to know how old is Dominic Mysterio right now. I want to know again, how old is Dominic Mysterio to get this going, if you will. All right. How old is he right now? Again, you can't tell me that a 23-year-old Dominic Mysterio at 23, right, who's early on in his career, is going to beat 34-year-old experienced Seth Rollins. It's not happening right now. You've already established that already. So there's that. Again, I'm good with that. We can move on from all this shit. And again, and tomorrow the draft, and it's like, okay, so Otis loses his woman, Mandy Rose, on Monday Night Raw, and now Tucker. And again, it's one of those things where, you look at that team, right? And again, let's be real about it. The WWE has a shitty tag team division. They have a shitty tag team division in both brands, right? I just wish they just merged both titles. Fuck it, just merge both belts. Otis, we already know, is charismatic for what it's worth. Tucker doesn't have that charisma, if you will. So he's fucked. He is just completely fucked. And there's that. Also factor in that the New Day, who won the SmackDown Tag Team titles, like I mentioned before, are now part of Monday Night Raw. Mind you, the Street Profits are also part of Monday Night Raw, and they're the Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm going to assume this coming Monday, the Street Profit gets drafted over to SmackDown a lot because Bianca Belair is part of SmackDown, and Montez Ford is married to Bianca Belair, so that's what I'm assuming here. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what fucking happens. But that's that, if you will. Guys, again, give me your thoughts. Also, by the way, I didn't mention this, also SmackDown gets Kalisto. So there's that. Let's move on here. Speaking of draft and picks, it was announced this week as well that the WWE Performance Center, they announced their new recruits for the Performance Center. Some of these guys include former Evolve wrestlers and NCAA All-American wrestlers as well. So we start off with Brandy Powerlick, a.k.a. Brandy Lauren. I believe that she wrestled at Evolve. I never really seen that much of her work. I think she was recently dating Joey Janela. I could be wrong on that. Cameron Rogers, also known as Kurt Stallion. I've seen him wrestle before. He's pretty good. I saw him on an Evolve show. Very entertaining to watch. Anthony Green. Also, I've seen him wrestle before at Evolve, and I think a couple of indie shows here in the area. Very good as well. Drayton Ruffin, a.k.a. Leon Ruff. We've seen him on Monday Night Raw during the early days of the pandemic. Performance Center, no fans of Monday Night Raw, doing jobs to Aleister Black and so on. He wrestled before in Evolve. He's now signed to WWE. I think, is it his girlfriend who's a referee for WWE? I could be wrong on that. And this past Wednesday on NXT, he lost to Austin Theory. So again, I'm happy to see him finally get the opportunity, if you will. They also signed Joseph Ruby, aka Joe Gacy. I've seen him before. Pretty good talent as well. I think he wrestled for Evolve, also CZW. I think he is a former CZW champion. So there's that. They also signed Joshua Bruns, aka Josh Briggs, the former, I think the last Evolve champion. So that's a good pickup on them for WWE, if you ask me. Someone who's a big guy. So there's that. And they signed Jacob Casper, two-time NCAA All-American amateur wrestler, and Jake Clemens, a former Evolve referee. So that's the latest pickups. I mean, we'll see what they do with them in NXT. Likely some of these guys might get repackaged, but nonetheless, I'm happy for guys like Joe Gacy. I'm happy for guys like a Josh Briggs to finally get that to be put on now on the platform of a WWE. So now let's see what they do with these guys and not fuck them up. Speaking of fuck ups, Alberto Del Rio. Ladies y damas y caballeros, señores y señores, con ustedes el ausencia de excelencia. Remember that? I miss Ricardo Rodriguez. I really, really do. So it turns out that this is per TMZ, by the way, ex-WWE champion Alberto Del Rio has been charged with 4 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of aggravated kidnapping. This remember, again, this is from a May incident with his ex-girlfriend, right? This was happening in May, right? And everyone's saying, oh, fuck Del Rio and all that stuff. His real name is Jose Rodriguez Chucan. He was arrested in San Antonio, Texas, early May, like I mentioned before, after his ex-girlfriend told cops that the pro wrestler went into a rage after accusing her of cheating on him. That's typical Hispanic men. I'm going to say that right now. And I'm Hispanic. All right, so I can say this. We will jump the gun real quick. Believe me when I say that, people. Ladies, we as Hispanic men, I think even men in general, we will jump the gun real fucking quick. If you will. Which is sad, but it's fucking true. Where was I here? Let's see. Are we gonna get a new? We mentioned it before. Who is most likely from NXT to get drafted? I don't even know, bro. We'll see what happens. I'll get into these questions as well in a little bit. But we're back to the story here. Here we go. God damn it. Here we go. If convicted, all 5 counts carry serious penalties. Felony aggravated assault carries a maximum sentence of 99 years in prison. The sexual assault charges carry a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Holy shit. So a conviction could put Del Rio away for a very long time. The accuser, who cops say only speaks Spanish, I'm pretty sure she does, claimed Del Rio smashed her cell phone, her laptop, and attempted to burn her passport in an attack that started around 10 p.m. on May 3rd and lasted until 2:30 p.m. on May 4th. The woman also claimed Del Rio attacked her, causing multiple injuries, and left her feeling woozy and dizzy from the hits to her head. There's more. The accuser claimed Del Rio choked her at one point, shoved a sock in her mouth to keep her quiet. The woman says when the sock was in her mouth, she could not breathe. During the incident, the woman claimed Del Rio also sexually assaulted her with his penis, his dick, his penis, and other body parts, to whom the woman is adamant she did not consent to the sexual activity with Del Rio. The responding officer reported he saw multiple bruises on the accuser's face, arms, legs, and neck. The 43-year-old is listed at 6'4", 240 pounds. Now remember this too. There's also mentioned that Del Rio tied her up with boxing strings and threatened to take her son and leave him in the middle of the road somewhere. That is sick. That is just fucking disgusting. I hope again, he's fucked. There's no doubt about it. Whatever he gets right now. At this point, I just say fuck him. If there was ever a time for the speaking out movement to come in full effect, it will be right now, especially with this guy. Toxic as all hell. And again, hopefully they throw the book at him. Good riddance, if you will. If you fucking will. Let's see here. What's next for Roman Reigns after his feud with Jey Uso? I don't even know. That's a good question, man. That is a good question. Who do you think? Maybe Jeff Hardy? Maybe Jeff? I don't know. We'll see what happens with tomorrow on Raw and who gets drafted to SmackDown. Roman versus Big E or Roman versus Keith Lee? I say you could do right now if Keith Lee goes over to SmackDown, Roman and Keith Lee. But I think in the long term wise, you do Roman and Big E. How will WWE deal with Del Rio on the network now? I mean, the same way with Benoit. I mean, to sit here and say, oh, let's remove him from history? Nah, that would be dumb at this point in the jump. Because again, it's a lot of editing you got to do, a lot of back tracing, all that shit. Fuck all that crap right now. And I don't think WWE is willing to do that either at this point in juncture. Then again, you know, this is the same company that tried to erase Hulk Hogan. So I'm not really surprised here either. I am not really surprised. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's move on here. Let's talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. The big reveal, if you will. Mustafa Ali being the leader of Retribution. Now, I believe it was Bobby MVP and I believe it was MVP and Mustafa Ali or fucking Bobby Lashley and Mustafa Ali, one or the other. Again, it was that long, if you will, right? And I guess Retribution comes out and this idea, oh my God, they're gonna attack the Hurt Business and Mustafa Ali. And MVP tells Mustafa to join them. Ali goes as if he's gonna join them, right? And attack the Hurt Business. But instead, no, he doesn't do that. Instead, he leaves the ring, looks into their eyes, turns around, and he's like, you see, an MVP, I feel like he was the MVP, no pun intended, of the whole angle. The star of the whole angle. Because you see MVP smiling at first, like, yeah, you're going to go get them. To when Ali turns around, MVP goes from this to like a shock, like he went into fucking shock almost. And you hear Ali saying, get him. And in the most aggressive way and shit. And it happened. The attack happened. Right? And it was revealed that, again, Mustafa Ali is the leader of Retribution. That's what they want you to think. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of people on social media have mixed reactions right now. Some people thought this was amazing. This was great. Good for them. Some people will tell you, oh, this was crap. This is dumb. Doesn't make sense. Mustafa Ali. Right? So again, it's just a mixed reaction right now, right? Depending who you talk to and all that shit. I'm in the belief, again, I said this a long time ago when it came to Retribution. WWE threw at these guys chicken shit. And it's their job to make this shit work. It's their job to make this chicken salad. Turn this into chicken salad. And with Mustafa Ali being the leader, does he scream to me as the leader of Retribution or a leader of a faction? Make him a heel? No. However, I did like the fact that Mustafa Ali on Twitter posted a photo. I think it was on, my bad, not Twitter, it's Instagram. Let me find it right now here. Let me find it. There we go. He posted a photo. I think my bad. Yeah, it was on Twitter. My bad. Yeah, it's on Twitter. Yeah, it's here on Instagram, right? It's a photo of every member of Retribution before Retribution, right? Shane Thorne being promised big things with MVP, right? It shows, I want to say, Mia Yim being attacked in NXT, right? It shows Theo Madden being F5 by Brock. It shows Dominic Dijakovic after being choked out by Karrion Kross, right? And then you see in the middle of the photo, I'm gonna have it right here right now. You see in the middle of the photo, you see Mustafa Ali trying to grab the money in the bank briefcase. And this was literally last year's Money in the Bank when he was grabbing the briefcase, and then Brock came out, and you see Ali in a state of shock when it happened. And it's funny too, because when it was announced that Kofi Kingston was going to Monday Night Raw with Xavier Woods, you saw Ali tweet out, "Hello, Kofi," potentially teasing a program with Mustafa Ali and Kofi Kingston. Remember, it was last year, right? It was supposed to be Mustafa Ali in that chamber match, and he got hurt, and Kofi took his spot, hence the beginning of Kofi Mania. So again, from a creative standpoint, I think this is creatively, again, a clusterfuck, but they could make this work. I am willing to give this a chance. I'm not going to shit on this right away. I want to see where they go with this. I'm going to give this at least 2 weeks. Likely a Survivor Series will get a team WWE, or in this case a team Raw, because as of right now they're still part of the Raw brand, versus Retribution. And I do think that there's more pieces to this puzzle. I still feel like there'll be one more member added to that group, if you will. You just won't see it coming almost. Hell, there's even people that will say, this is their version of the Dark Order. No, it's not. By no means at all. The Dark Order feels like members of the Foot Clan, if you will. But I thought that was creatively done, if you will. And again, I am all for it. If you will. Moving on here, they added matches to Hell in a Cell. If I can just get the notes here real quick. They did mention matches for Hell in a Cell. That's coming up on October 25th. From the Thunderdome, obviously. They announced the following matches, if you will. They announced, again, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, an I Quit match for the Universal title. They announced Sasha Banks and Bayley. Remember, this past Friday on SmackDown, it was Sasha Banks and Bayley for the women's title, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, ended the disqualification. So now they're going to have it inside the cell. They're rushing shit way too fast, but hey, that's WWE for you. And we're going to get as well Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the umpteenth time now, if you will, for the WWE Championship inside Hell in a Cell. Remember, remember Orton attacked last week the Legends and all that stuff, or the week before that, with the night vision goggles and all that stuff. So there's that. I do think that we're finally going to get a new WWE Champion, but we'll see. But that's what's happening, if you will, in the world of WWE. Now, if I didn't mention anything, feel free to jot down more thoughts. NXT, I did watch NXT. The big thing that happened on the show was Ridge Holland getting hurt. Sadly, he got hurt. I believe it was Danny Burch versus Ridge Holland one-on-one. Remember, at TakeOver 31, at the end of the show, you had Ridge Holland take out Adam Cole. He took him out. So the idea was, okay, we're going to follow up on what happened, right? Nor Finn Balor nor Kyle O'Reilly were there because, again, Finn Balor apparently has a broken jaw in 2 places. And Kyle O'Reilly is still banged up from the match. So Ridge Holland has his match with Danny Burch. He wins, obviously. And then out comes Oney Lorcan. And they're brawling, what have you. And all of this leads to Lorcan going for like a dive. And Holland caught him, but I guess when he caught him, his foot was in a bad position. And again, it ain't really catch me to when it happened. But then I caught the replay of it when he fell and the way his leg went. It reminded me of Sid in WCW. He's like, oh, that sucked. It fucking sucked. You see him on the ground. They stretcher him out and all that stuff. He puts his thumb up. Apparently, from what I heard, let me see the reporting real quick. Let me find the notes here real quick on the situation. Ridge Holland. There we go. From what I heard, he had an ankle injury. He fucked up his ankle. But apparently, from what I heard, though, Holland dislocated and broke his ankle as well, and dislocated and ruptured a patellar tendon. Apparently, he did have surgery on Thursday. They did, I guess, put his ankle back in place on right there when it happened. But other than that, again, he's gonna be gone for a while. It sucks because again, you just knew that they're gonna do something with this guy. There was something there. Hey, he comes in and he takes out Adam Cole, and now again, it's terrible. It really, really is terrible. It's terrible to hear. But he'll be back, and let's see what happens. Speaking of returns and all that stuff, also on Friday was the return of Lars Sullivan. He took out Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy. I know a lot of people on the internet lost their shit when this happened. How dare you, WWE, bring this guy back and all that stuff, right? A pedophile, this and whatnot, right? Listen, here's my take on all this thing, right? What he did was bad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I'm not talking about the gay porn. All right, listen, he had to make money. It is what it is, bro. Do what you got to do to make money. Right? And again, I don't condone what he did with the racial slurs and going into minors' DMs and all that stuff. I don't condone all that, right? At the same time, though, I'm not going to sit here and like, oh, I wish they fire him now, WWE, and this and that. No. It's not going to, no, bro. It's not in my character to do that. And I know, oh, you're heel Steven, though. What's wrong with you? But no, it's not in my character to really go out there and say, I wish they fired this guy. Fuck you, WWE, for doing that. But yeah, you're going to tune in to watch the show the next day anyway. What difference does it fucking make? From what it looks like, listen, they're going to give this guy another chance. Again, it's like he's back to where he was, beating up bums, if you will, on television. But yeah, there's that. Reading the chat here as well. Drew McIntyre is the worst WWE champion. I can't take his title reign seriously. That's fine. It is what it is. But there, that was basically WWE talk for you. Now let's get into some quick AEW talk real quick. So this past Wednesday was the 30 years of Jericho special. They had all these people doing quick cameos, if you will. Lance Storm, Bully Ray, so on and so forth. More importantly, Hiroshi Tanahashi from New Japan Pro Wrestling did a cameo, congratulating Jericho for 30 years, if you will. And he did say that he wants to face him again. So when I saw this, I was like, holy shit. It looks like now with Harold Meij, who was the former president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, no longer involved with New Japan, could the forbidden portal finally be reopened, right? Between New Japan and All Elite Wrestling. Could this be happening finally, right? Could it be happening? Well, I would hope so. For their sake, I would hope so. I really would hope so. Also, they even mentioned the fact that Lance Archer and Jon Moxley had a match in New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom early this year. So again, all these references from New Japan and all that stuff got dorks hoping. Got all these AEW fans is fucking chopping at the bit. Oh my God, this needs to happen like ASAP and shit like that. Which is fine. I hope it does happen. I really, really do. But there's that. All right. Also on the show, the main what happened? Oh yeah, Cody had the dog collar match with Brody Lee. I thought, as far as a match, the fact that this was not on pay-per-view, I understand why. Because it was the day it was going head to head with the vice presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. So everyone knew that the fucking the fly on Pence's head was going to get more views than AEW or NXT combined. Right? So there was that they were competing up against. So if you're AEW, fuck this. Let's put this match on television to get people to watch. Granted, I would rather it be on pay-per-view, but nonetheless, I get why they did what they did. I thought for a match, Cody won. LOL. Who didn't see that coming? Who didn't see Cody Rhodes coming back with dark hair now, right? And he wins. He beats Brody Lee, making what Brody Lee did a couple of weeks ago, right? To Cody on that Saturday special, feel like it was nothing. Remember, Brody Lee beat Jericho on that Saturday episode of Dynamite, right? He beat him like it was nothing, right? And now Cody comes back as a dog collar match, and Cody wins. They had Greg the Hammer Valentine watching in the stands and all that stuff. But Cody won. There's that. I would have had this, honestly, main event of the show. But instead, we got that tag team match between Jericho and Jake Hager versus Serpentico and Luther. I get why. Oh my God, is Jericho and Luther? They had a match 30 years ago. So here they are again in the main event. Does Luther deserve to be in the main event? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, in my humble opinion. But hey, he's there. He's there. But he does, again, doesn't deserve the main event. I get why he was there, but bruh, boy, did that match shit the bed. That match completely shit the bed. And then at the end of it all, you had obviously Jericho win. Jericho hit the Judas effect onto Luther for the 1-2-3. And now after that, MJF came out. He had a gift for Jericho. It was a portrait of MJF. Jericho hits it on this clown that brought the gift. And all the heels came out to celebrate 30 years of Jericho. All the heels, no babyface, by the way. And I love the credits. They had like that 80s theme music in the background. Everything Jericho. I loved it. Thought that was very funny as all hell, if you will. But that was AEW for you. That was this week in wrestling. I did say as well, I don't know if you guys caught this yesterday or not, but yesterday I did a live stream of FIFA 21. Yes, I purchased FIFA 21 this past week, right? I did say my plan on the channel, or my plan going forward, if you will, is to do FIFA 21 content and as well PES 2021 content. Likely on Twitch. My plan is to do it on Twitch, right? I did relaunch my Twitch account. I did do a test stream here on the YouTube channel for FIFA 21. There's still some stuff I gotta fix, some adjustments I need to make, if you will, because I do plan on doing it through my Mac, because yes, I do have a Mac, if you will. I do have the PS4 remote play. I have OBS that I do the show on, obviously. Again, I did rewatch the playback. The audio was fine. My audio was fine. The quality, though, was very, very blurry, almost. And I gotta fix that. Because, again, I want to do it through here. If not, I'm going to have to resort to the streaming through the PS4 and all that stuff. Meaning I have to purchase another PS4 webcam and a pair of headphones. I got to buy that again if that's the case. But that is my plan. And again, now with FIFA 21, likely I'll just be doing FIFA 21. Likely this year, I'm skipping PES 2021. And here's the thing about it, right? I think both games are good. I think playing FIFA is great. I think playing PES. And granted, listen, you're talking to someone who's been playing FIFA since FIFA 06, right? I grew up on FIFA. Clearly only FIFA, right? I've heard hits and bits here about PES from people before, but I've always ignored it. I'm like, oh, PES, the game is shit, right? And still have friends that have played PES. And I've seen some of their trailers and what have you, the graphics. And I'll say this, I think PES, as far as a graphic-wise are concerned, their graphics are better than FIFA's. I think PES is, as far as the game goes, is not bad at all. Because I did play PES 2020. I did play FIFA. I did play also FIFA 2020. I bought both games. I played both games. And again, I like both. I'll even say this. I think, again, you can be a fan of both. I hate this notion of, again, People that just play FIFA have this mentality, it's only FIFA or nothing, or PES fans just think, it's only PES or nothing. No, you can be a fan of both at the end of the day. Hands down. You can be a fan of both. Just like I feel like you can be a fan of NBA 2K and NBA Live, or Madden and NFL 2K whenever it comes out again. You can be a fan of both, no matter what. My only wish going forward, dear Konami, dear EA, enough with the bullshit. Enough with the bullshit of exclusivity. I hate that. I really fucking do. The notion of, for example, right? If I'm playing FIFA, I want to be Barcelona. I can be Barcelona, but I can't play in the new camp, right? I hate that notion. I hate the notion of when I'm playing PES, right? And I want to be fucking Real Madrid. I can be Real Madrid, but I got to go through the bullshit of option files. And again, you know, and I said this too, if you really want to enjoy PES, play it on PC. Because with mods and all that and the option files, it makes it so much better. But again, going forward, enough with the exclusivity bullshit. The fact that PES now has the rights to Juventus and Roma. And if you're playing FIFA, now you're just Piemonte Calcio if you want to be Juventus. I hate that shit. It's bullshit. I do think, though, that both games will benefit majorly, if that's even a word, once the new engine comes out for the PS5 and Xbox and all that stuff. That's why I think as well. So likely this year I'll just be doing FIFA. Likely on most definitely on Twitch. There's some things I got to adjust. Also, what I'll be doing as well is Master League. My bad. Not Master League. Fucking, I'm thinking PES right now. Holy shit. Likely what I'll be doing is Ultimate Team. Yes, I've tried Ultimate Team for the first time. I have not done Ultimate Team. I've been playing, again, FIFA for so long, I have not done Ultimate Team. I'm doing it this time. I've had friends talk about it, so now I'm doing it. Am I the best right now? No, but I'll get better, if you will. So there's that too. All right. And with that, basically, it's all I'm going to say. I know Bloodsport starts in like an hour or so, almost. It's almost 7 o'clock here. So I'm going to eat some dinner. I'll put the show up on the podcasting platforms and all that stuff. And from there, watch Bloodsport. Again, I'll be tweeting throughout Bloodsport. I'll be tweeting. All right. So join me on Twitter at 8 o'clock. I'll be tweeting throughout the show and all that stuff. And yeah, I hope all of you again are having a wonderful Sunday, are looking forward to your week, looking forward to Halloween coming up in a couple of weeks and all that stuff. And all that fun hippity hoopla at the end of the fucking day. I hope all of you again are safe. You're wearing your mask and all that stuff. Because I'm sorry, doing this doesn't count. Doing this right here does not count. And I work in retail. You have no idea how annoying it is, how disgusting it is when I see a lot of slobs come into the store with no mask on, but they'll do this. No, bruh. This does not fucking count. Let me make that clear again. This does not fucking count. Wear a mask. God damn it. That's all I'm going to say. Again, follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, Instagram at HeelSteven. All right. Again, hit the subscribe button. Give the video / podcast a big old thumbs up. Way to support the podcast. Also, if you listen to on the podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, also over at Anchor.fm. Give us the 5-star rating. Leave a review over at Apple Podcasts. It does help out the show in the fucking long run. I want to thank you all as always. You guys are fucking awesome. I really fucking mean that. You guys are fucking awesome. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. This has been another installment of Around the Point. Peace out, y'all.